Okay, I'm recording this just to make life a little bit easier and to walk through exactly what I am seeing. This is a bug that happens infrequently. When it happens, it will happen continuously on this build. I'm pretty sure. We'll check that in a second. First off, I have a state chart, compound state, it spawns, then it goes to move, from move it can go to attack or die. That's pretty much all it can do. It's relatively simple. Works fine most of the time. So, right now, we are in a breakpoint because things are sad. Can I zoom into this? Yes, I can. 200%. Okay. Where we're at right now is in the same bug. Unfortunately, all my monsters are bugs, which is unfortunate in this case. We are getting the state chart and the compound state here. The state chart is hard for me to tell what is normal and what is not. Right, I can see like a multiplayer node, name, a state chart, some pointers, an owner, bunch of things are set to 0 or false. Really not much for me to work with. For my compound state, I mean, very little to work with there as well. If I look in here, compound state, and look what properties I have, I really only have active to work with. So I have a really hard time debugging and making sure. What does signal name do? Cool. Six is a type. Never mind. So it's really hard for me to troubleshoot and give any more details on exactly where this thing is messing up. So not much data to go off of. Let's go to the game. Oh, I have to unpause it. Continue. Go away. Alright, fantastic. So let's kill ourselves real quick. Oh, well, there we go. Die. Return to main menu. Play. We are in the same state. I can tell because the worm didn't move. We'll kill ourselves real quick. Same state. Worm didn't move. Alright, stop this. I'm going to restart and just... We're not in this state. So now we do have a moving worm. What that means is that if the worm moves, like everything else works as well. Like it's just an early indicator for me. Because everything that uses this state, and all my enemies are using the state, the player does not, it triggers this behavior. So I can now put in a bug die. Ooh, I'm not used to looking at it this far zoomed in. All move state entered, all move state processing. I can put a breakpoint in here. And go back to the game. Resume. We hit the breakpoint. So we are processing, we are in move state. Let's take a look at those same variables that we looked at before. See if there's any visual differences that I can tell from the debugger. My state chart. Not much in here. It's still a bunch of zeros, blanks, falses. I don't have much to work with here. And the compound state, active is set to true instead of false. That changed, I'm relatively certain. So I don't know what is causing this issue in initialization. But somewhere in there, something isn't working right, and the only thing that was different between those two builds was, I'm not even sure there was a difference between the two builds. I don't think that I built anything. I just hit debug again. So you can see if we can reproduce it again. Works fine. We hit the move state, everything is good. Let's kill it. Let's see if we can get lucky. This one of the challenges is that I can't predict when this happens, which is why I started recording after this happened, because it happens maybe 10% of the time if I were to guess, but that still means that I spent a lot of time doing this. I've tried to trigger it. When I try and trigger it, I've had very little success with it. Anyway, that's all the information I can provide. I would love to be able to provide more information. Happy to grab different thing or insert any debugging logic necessary.